We're going to have a look at TraderXL now, which is another component of the TraderXL package. If we click on TraderXL, we can see we've got a few menu options. We've got download prices, update data, custom update, and TraderXL settings. If we have a look at the settings file first, we can see the number of days, fields that are available. So date, time, open, high, low, close, volume, and how the direction the data will go when it's imported from top to bottom or from bottom to top. Whether the range of dates is fixed or floating, where to begin, and whether to draw the chart or not by default. We'll just click cancel because we don't want to modify any of those. We'll have a look at download prices now. When we click download prices, we see this dialog box come up, and source data is Yahoo Finance. There's no option for a different data source at the moment, but I think that might be an option in the future. We can choose the start of the data we wish to download. The end date is set at today's current date. So we'll take this back to May the 16th of 2010, so that's a year. We want to get the daily data. Over here, data loading, you've got the option to put in a ticker manually. So if you want one stock, for example, you just type in bhp.ax there, and you'd get the data for one stock. Or if you wanted to get the data for a list of stocks that you've got in a text file, you just click list and click on the dot here. I've already imported the data from a list, so it's all there for us to use. You've got your fields here, and if we remember the settings file previously, we could change that in the settings file and that would propagate here. We begin the data in cell A1, and we do want to plot charts, but we want to modify the charts a little bit. So we want to have candlestick charts. We don't want to chart the closing price, and we'll just leave it at that, leave a simple chart there, but you can see there's quite a few charting options available. Okay, so now we'll get the historical data for our list of stocks. You can see it runs fairly quickly. It'll bring in the data, and for each stock it will bring it into a new sheet inside the workbook, so you can easily navigate and see the data. Also, it's good because it makes it easy for us to update the data daily, so we don't have to download any the whole list of the whole previous day's data. We can just selectively update the data, and if we only want to update the data for one stock, we can do that too. It says to update data for all tickers, we run this macro. Alright, so we can see we've got a chart here with our volume data there. It is a little small. Some of the charts are not the best and we have to do a bit of work with them, but on average it does a pretty good job. So we'll move the volume data down a bit. So just bear with me for a second while I move the volume data down. Okay, move this data up. Alright, we can see the scales quite a way out here. So instead of, this is just a default scale, we'll modify that. So we'll make the minimum value 15. It should start to look a bit better. We could even go down to 19. And then we'll make the maximum value 26.5. And that's starting to look a lot better already. And that's just with a quick adjustment. So you can see we've got our data on this side, our open, high, low, close data for our stocks, and we've got our charts all done automatically for us at the click of a button. Now, let's just say we want to update the data for this stock only. We don't want to update the other stock data. We can go back to our add-ins, TraderXL, and go to custom update. And you can see here that we've got the option to update for WBC. So we run that and it will update this stock only. Okay, and if we want to update all the stocks, we come back to TraderXL and update data. And that will update the data for all the stocks for us. And you can see, obviously you just have to modify the charts a little bit, but it's not a daunting process. As you can see, we quickly modified this chart here and it looks 100 times better, but you can do a lot more modification than that. So that's a quick look at the TraderXL add-in and how easy it is to use.